this video, we are going to go through 20 SOLIDWORKS drawings, tips and tricks that will save you time and make your drawings easier to read on the shop floor. Let's get started. Tip number 1. Use predefined drawing views in your templates. The first habit is simple. Your template should already know what a standard drawing looks like. Set up predefined front, top, right, and isometric views in your drawing templates. That way, when you create a new drawing and select the model, the views appear automatically as soon as the model is attached. You should not be dragging a standard front view from the view palette every time. You should open a template, select your part or assembly, and start detailing straight away. If you do a lot of similar drawings, this alone cuts minutes of every sheet, saving you time. Tip number 2. Lock the sheet scale before placing views. Before you place a single view, sort out your scale. Right-click the sheet, go to Sheet Properties, and select the scale you want to use. Think about your typical part size and how many views you need on that sheet. Then pick something sensible. Once the views are placed, SOLIDWORKS will respect the scale of choice. If you do this upfront, you avoid fighting scale changes later when the sheet is already crowded. If you skip this, you end up with views at odd scales and layouts that never quite feel right. Tip number 3. Use model items sparingly. Model items, although powerful, can ruin a sheet in one click if used blindly. Don't put every dimension from the model. This just makes a mess. Instead, use model items in a controlled way. Target only selected features or only certain views, and import dimensions that actually belong to that view. Treat model items as a time saver, not a dumping tool. If a dimension does not help manufacturing or inspection on a particular view, leave it off. Tip number 4. Standardize detail view scales. Detail views are for clarity, not for artistic expression. Pick a small set of standard detail scales and stick to them. For example, decide that most scales will be 2:1 or 4:1. Use those scales across the entire project. Consistency speeds up reading and cuts down the mental effort for anyone using your drawings. Random detail scales all over the place make things more difficult to read. Tip number 5. Control tangent edges. Tangent edges are the lines that show where curved faces blend into one another. Depending on the part, they can either help or hurt clarity. Right-click the view and experiment with the tangent edge option, visible, removed, or phantom. For some parts, removing them cleans the view up entirely. For others, phantom edges strike a good balance. On some, you may want them fully visible to understand the form. The key point is, do not leave it on whatever the templates happen to use. Make a deliberate choice per part or per view so that each drawing view is as clear as it can be. Tip number 6. Save custom model view orientations. If you constantly find yourself rotating views to odd angles, you are doing it the slow way. Go back to your model, set up the orientation you want, and save it as a named view. Then, use that named view in your drawings through the view palette. This keeps your drawings tied directly to the model, avoids weird, unrepeatable rotations, and makes it easy to recreate the same view if you need to redo the sheet or create a similar drawing later. The model is the source of truth. Let it define the orientation. Tip number 7. Link notes and title blocks to custom properties. Typing part numbers or descriptions by hand is asking for mistakes. Use notes and title block fields that are linked to the custom properties of the part. or assembly, drive those custom properties from the model or from a central source like PDM. When the part number changes or the description is updated, you change it once in the properties and every linked note in the title block updates automatically. This is especially important for revisions and materials. Tip number 8. Use automatic center marks and center lines. Adding center marks and center lines by hand is the sort of repetitive click work that SOLIDWORKS can handle for you. In Document Properties, turn on automatic center marks for holes and patterns, and automatic center lines where they make sense. From that point on, when you place a view with drilled features, the basic center marks and center lines will appear automatically. You will still adjust a few of them on trickier parts, but the bulk of the work is done. This is the kind of setting you configure once in your template and then forget about. Tip number 9. Use alternate position views for mechanisms. If you have moving parts such as doors, clamps, hinges or sliders, do not clutter the sheet up with multiple separate views if you can avoid it. Rather, use alternate position views. Create a configuration or position that represents the alternate state. Then add an alternate position view that overlays it with a phantom line on top of the main position. The reader can then see both closed and open states in a single view, along with how far things move and what they might clear. This method is cleaner and more informative than separate views that the reader has to mentally line up. Tip number 10. Use broken views for long parts. Long parts are a classic trap. Rails, shafts, beams, tubing. If you drop them on a sheet at full length, you either shrink the sheet scale until everything is tiny, or you run out of space. Instead, use broken views. Leave the scale large enough that the dimensions are easy to read, then apply one or more breaks to the view. The part looks virtually compressed, but the scale and dimensions remain correct and clear. You save space, you keep things legible, and you do not have to cheat with a silly small scale just to make things fit. Tip number 11. Use display states and simplified configurations. Assembly drawings do not need every fastener and cosmetic detail in every single view. Use display states to control visibility, hide hardware, hide cosmetic fillets, or hide anything that just adds noise. Use simplified or lightweight configurations as the source for your drawings. That keeps the visuals clean and also improves performance, especially on large assemblies. The drawing should show what is important for manufacture and inspection. Extra detail belongs in the model, not in every view on the sheet. Tip number 12. Convert sketch lines into section views. Creating a section view does not always mean digging through the full section view command. You can sketch a straight line directly on a view where you want to cut, then right-click the line and convert it into a section view. You get full control of where the section passes, and it is faster than going through the whole wizard every time. Use this when you know exactly where you want the section view to be and just want it done. Tip 13. Use crop views to isolate important areas. Sometimes you do not need a whole new detail or section. You simply need to focus on one area. Use a cropped view. Sketch a closed shape, like a circle or spline, around the area you care about. Then apply a crop. The rest of the view is hidden, and the focus is locked onto the region that matters. This is great for busy assemblies where you want to show one interface or one cluster of features without drowning the viewer in everything else. Tip number 14. Use the design library for reusable notes and symbols. Anything you type more than a couple times should probably live in the design library. Create a folder in the design library for standard notes and symbols. Put your general tolerance note, common weld notes, surface finish notes, and any reusable annotation blocks in there. From then on, drag and drop. Pull a note from the library, drop it into the drawing, and you're done. This keeps your notes consistent across drawings and saves you from hunting through old files to copy and paste the text. Tip number 15. Use auto balloons with magnetic lines. Assembly drawings usually live or die by how clean your balloons are. Use auto balloon to populate balloons from the bill of material, then organize them with magnetic lines. Drag a magnetic line out from the view, and as you move the balloons near it, they snap into place along that line. You can quickly build neat rows or arcs of balloons that look intentional and are easy to follow. Stop nudging every balloon by hand. Let the tools do most of the layout for you. Tip number 16. Use improved dimension breaks. Now we move on to SOLIDWORKS 2026 enhancements. Dimension breaks have been around for a while, but in 2026 they get smarter. You can add dimension breaks very easily from the right-click menu, and now the breaks also handle dimension text properly. When dimensions cross or get close, the break respects the text so your dimensions stay legible. If you move a dimension, the break updates dynamically. If new dimensions cause conflicts, you can update all the breaks quickly from the context menu. On busy drawings, this cuts down a lot of manual cleanup and stops your dimensions turning into tangles of lines and text. Tip number 17. Use magnetic lines for more annotation types. In earlier versions, magnetic lines were mainly about balloons. Now, in SOLIDWORKS 2026, they have been opened up to much more. You can now use magnetic lines to organize a wide range of annotations. Notes, revision symbols, weld symbols, surface finish symbols, and other annotation types can all snap to the magnetic line, just like balloons. You can either drag annotations to an existing magnetic line and let them align, or you can drag a magnetic line across a cluster of notes and watch them snap to it. This is especially useful around title blocks, weld areas, and revision clouds where symbols tend to pile up. A couple of magnetic lines can turn a messy patch into a clean, ordered layout in seconds. Tip number 18. Use the new flat bill of material display option. Manufacturing often wants lists of parts, not a structured view of all your subassemblies. SOLIDWORKS 2026 lets you show a flat BOM that ignores subassembly hierarchy and gives straight list of all components and their total quantities. You can swap between a structured BOM and a flat BOM, depending on who the drawing is for. Use structured for design and engineering, flat for purchasing and the shop floor when they just need to know how many of each part to make or buy. This is cleaner than exporting and manipulating bill of materials in Excel just to get the view you want. Tip 19. Insert family tables and show linked expressions. Configuration and family table data belong on the drawing when you have a big range of sizes or variants. In SOLIDWORKS 2026, you can insert family tables directly into drawings. No strange workaround, no manual table building. You pull the configuration table in so that the sizes or options sit clearly in one place. On top of that, there is a new option to show underlying text expression for linked annotations. That means things like PRP sheet part number can be displayed, so you know exactly which property drives each note or title block field. When something is not filling out correctly, this makes debugging those links a lot quicker. You see the expression, you know what to fix. Tip number 20. Use AI-generated drawings and AI auto-detailing. The biggest change in SOLIDWORKS 2026 is AI-assisted drawing generation. You pick the parts and assemblies you want to document. SOLIDWORKS uses AI to generate drawings for them. It chooses appropriate views, inserts bill of materials for assemblies, applies auto balloons, and creates revision tables. This does not mean you need to stop thinking. You still need to review the drawings, adjust views, fine-tune the annotations, and apply your standards. But the repetitive admin work of creating base views, inserting standard tables, and setting up basic balloons is handled for you. You spend less of your time on grunt work and more of it where your judgment matters. Checking interfaces, choosing critical dimensions, tightening up tolerances, and making sure the drawing actually communicates how the part is meant to be made. Used properly, AI drawing generation is a starting point, not a replacement. Treat it as a strong base that you refine. Those are 20 SOLIDWORKS drawings tips, from everyday basics through to the new SOLIDWORKS 2026 enhancements. If you apply these consistently, your drawings will get cleaner, your revisions will be less painful, and you'll spend a lot less time fighting the detailing workflow and more time checking the actual design.